20 years of Tour 360, when you consider what your role was in this shoe, did you think of it as an honor or a challenge to redesign such an iconic shoe?
I mean, definitely both. Definitely an honor and also definitely a challenge because it is such a personal franchise, personal shoe to so many people. But I do feel very lucky that I was able to work on this model.
The fit, performance, durability trio there. How much give and take is there between each one of those as you try to come to a complete project?
You know, with this one, they kind of all worked a bit hand in hand, you know? They were just sort of things that we wanted to focus on sort of every step of the way as we're designing it, as we're solving problems with the shoe. We just wanted to make sure that those were the needs that we were answering kind of at all times.
So walk me through the process from when you start. You first sit down, you probably gather all sorts of information from different sources.
Yep.
And when you start to sketch it out, what's that process like to get to that point?
Yeah, so we do a lot of consumer insights. You know, I'm gathering inspiration, trying to get out and see things like art, fashion, see what's going on in the world, experience some golf, see what the golfers are wearing, and just kind of get your mind reset, combined with like seasonal direction and things like that. And then start putting pen to paper and going to a deep exploration, you know, and throwing all the ideas out. Meeting as a team, collaborating, you know, so it takes quite a bit before we get to that final sketch that we all feel good about.
How much change would you say there is from the first sketch you did to the final one you hand in?
Oh my gosh. There's a lot, you know, and then there's even more change after we have that final sketch, right? So we have to work out with the factories, you know, sometimes we encounter issues of not being able to construct something or things that we didn't think about and things that we have to kind of pivot and adjust as we work through.
Is it also, I don't know, maybe amazing that you've had this shoe for 20 years now and you're still bringing in innovation and change
Yep.
and things that just never seems to stop? That must be satisfying to try and
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, and that's why it's so great working for a brand like Adidas that has so much performance and innovation, and we're able to bring all of these new technologies and infuse it into the Tour 360 and just, you know, just trying to learn from the past and keep improving every time.
What about the actual fashion element of it? Where does that sit in how when you're designing the shoe?
Yeah, so we create like a inspiration board where we really want to like define that look and what we're kind of going for. And something like the Tour 360, a lot of the performance does lead the design. But you know, we knew with this one we wanted it to be pretty clean and premium. So we are infusing like that fashion element into it, you know, but a lot of it is performance driven.
The boa look is something, when you told us about that the other day, how it would seem like that would be such a simple thing, or that we should have had a concept of before, to tie that into an actual design as opposed to just sort of slapping it on
Right.
at the end of that. How does that innovation start?
Yeah, so I like to design the BOA models pretty much side by side because they are so different, you know, and I want to make sure that the design does work for the BOA model as well. So really we start with the BOA at the beginning, in that beginning sketching process.
Talking yesterday with both Colin and Grace, they both came and said that there were specific things that were really attractive to them. Grace said the heel. Colin said he loved the spike at the toe.
Yep.
How important is that feedback to you compared to the wave? I know it's all probably equal, but the wave of consumers who were giving you feedback.
Yeah, I mean, something like this, we definitely want to get in front of our tour athletes and make sure that it's performing for them and what they need. You know, our consumers are important as well, too. So, but something like this, it's, you know, our pinnacle performance product, so that athlete feedback is very important.